we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun on third down, Pittman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Olave motioning to the left. Back to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll look to throw again. And to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And he spikes it to stop the clock. And now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Allen. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pittman. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
69 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Allen going to change this at the line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Allen. And this one's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Short one here, caught by McBride. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
What's that? This is Burgess. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
From the 17, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Burgess. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Middle. Look out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Hey, tight. Ready? Go.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Nice job there after the setback, 11 yards, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Brown 80. What's that?
And he'll take this into the end zone from Bengal TV.
Josh Allen. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17.
The score is Saints 20, Bengals 17.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Wilcox. He tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Pittman. The pass caught by Olave. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Saints, 1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Saints.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Pittman. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing down right here, caught by Olave. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
4 yards.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Theo Johnson from 3 yards out. And the Saints are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34.
At the 34-yard line.
Alert, alert, alert. Stop.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burgess. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is first and 10 right now.
Back to throw. Allen going to run with it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown Bengals.
Jamar Chase
From 4 yards out.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They've got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on third down. Pelton. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Allen. And he's got room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Now Allen.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run and play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
56, 56. 180. Alert.
To throw is Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 1st down, Burgess. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken a lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. For the left side, it's complete.
Too
timeout still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go, set. Mikey,
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Bengals, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Wild little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Dad took me home when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree.